Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on, YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got something pretty interesting to share with you guys. This is a new release from Remette, which, by the way, is available. I'll link it in the description. But they are moving up into some more complex machining, which is really cool. Not that, like this is a more expensive tier, but it's always cool to see a relatively new company take some risks and do some crazier stuff design-wise. I know what this is, but I have not been into it yet. I am very excited to check this out because it's different for Remette, but it should be pretty cool. Thank you so much to Remette for sending this in. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Let's find out what the heck we've got going on here. So this always confuses me because I feel like, oh, is this just going to slide off? Why am I so stupid? Why? Okay, I'm sorry, but for the sake of getting through this video, I'm just going to take this off. I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to do. I feel like I'm not supposed to do that. Also this. Is this just a seal? Is this just like to make sure? I'm sorry. I don't know how to open it without doing that, but it's fine. Personally, all I care about is what's in here. This is heavier than I thought. I think this is a larger knife than I thought. The RTWK1, which is, it's just a series of numbers and letters. Oh boy. Oh boy, we got the dark fella here. Ooh. Okay, so I don't know what this is. I'm going to guess, because like I know on their website it shows, as far as like the finish goes, I know what the knife is, right? On their website it shows that the standard version of it is a ceramic media blasting of some sort, right? Now, it looks like an integral. I'm going to show you guys here. Oh boy, that is some, Remette, that is some real nice flipping action there. Yeah, that is nice and snappy. Very. So this is noticeably. God bless it. I did not realize you guys were sending me. I'm going to guess this is DLC. I would be shocked to find out that this is anything else. That is a really nice satin, or probably not even satin. You know what I think? If this is DLC, I think they did some sort of glass blasting and then did the DLC on top of the glass blasting. That is nice. Now, the way that this is set up here, it's actually not an integral. Where's the seam? Holy crap. That's it. That's it right there. Oh, man. You would have fooled me if I hadn't looked this up or seen this right here, but you can hardly see it on the frame. So the way that this comes apart is similar to what we've seen from like Reich in the past. I'm going to try to do that with this style of disassembly has definitely got me in the past. So I'm trying to be very careful with it. And there it is. Oh, it's much easier than I thought it was going to be in terms of the release. There we go. So this whole milled part, and understand this, guys, while it is titanium and M390, that's what we're looking at here, to machine parts like this with the tolerances to fit or sheath over each other is a more complicated and expensive process. So, if it's not for you, that's okay, but this factually costs more money to do. They can't slap this type of build together and, throw a $200 price tag on it. It's just not going to happen. Now, what this does, look at how they've got that. So these are like little secure pegs. People have always asked me, about the Remette, about the Reich and Quechua versions of these sort of sheathed disassembly, right? Which is, something that we've seen from other companies before. But is this something that can come apart easily, like while you're using the knife? And the answer is almost certainly not. Almost certainly. This, I've realized, is spring-loaded. So, see what I mean? It's kicking back over. So that means even if you bump it, it's going back into place, that little latch there. So it needs to be pulled down, and then this needs to be pulled over. Oh, that's Genius. Yeah, I would say this is even less likely to come apart on accident. So what's the point of this? Well, I guess in a way, does it actually reduce? This is an exposed edge, by the way, which is something that you will definitely have to watch out for when you take this apart, right? You don't have any body screws showing at all. And even underneath here, the number of fasteners that you need to remove to disassemble the knife, oh, look, it goes right through. Yeah, so it's one and the pivot. So you're looking at two separate pieces for the scales, technically, right? Then you have a pocket clip, you have the sheath part. You're not necessarily reducing parts, but the way that it comes apart is probably... It's mostly cool factor, but man, the way that they did this is so satisfying. It's actually, but the reason I'm obsessing over it is because the spring-loaded thing is really smart, right? There's a lot of excess. The movements that would be required for you to accidentally have this thing explode on you while using it would be deliberately pull back and pull this way on the sheath, which I can't imagine occurring under natural circumstances. Is there any play when this is locked out? Not a bit. I would have thought that this is an integral. This is the type of knife that simply cannot come apart. Not that it's normal for like a knife with fasteners to like come apart on you, but fasteners do back out over time a little bit, right? And even if you do have a situation where the fasteners internally are starting to back out over time, they're limited on how much they can move because of this sheathed section here. God, it is ridiculous how tight that is. That is absolutely insane. And this is sitting right on top. Yeah, you know what? Look at that. The pivot can't move. I mean, it is fixed in place. So the other benefit here, and I think it's the same way with this one too. Yeah, because it's flush. It is right on top of that. There is just enough room for like the tiniest little bit of friction. So once those fasteners are secured, they cannot move. So this is the type of knife that not only I think is the benefit in cool factor, and there's a slight argument to be made for ease of disassembly. Once you set those fasteners, no Loctite needed, they can't move. They can't move against the frame, right? If this is actually DLC coated too, boy, the thumb studs, I haven't even tried them yet. The thumb studs work beautifully too. It's actually also really comfortable. There's a little bit of a ledge here, but I love that this is a nested liner underneath as well. That is so cool looking, especially with that, what I assume is like a glass blasting and then DLC coating on top of it. Might actually be the same for the frame here. Absolutely beautiful. No hardware being shown. Incredibly stylish, incredibly futuristic. The only thing that takes away from it is the Remette right there. Remette, I think you guys probably should have put your logo maybe back here. And then, does it even say what the blade steel is? You guys put your logo on it and nothing else? You didn't even put the blade steel on it? Oh, there's the blade steel. Man, if you're going to do that, you know what would have been great? Remette and M390 both right here, really small. Outside of that, though, I think this is pretty spectacular. I saw the price tag. It's like I always say, if you're going to be over $300, you got to bring something special to the table. Do I feel like this is special? Yes. Has Remette proven themselves in terms of manufacturing quality over the last few months? Or, I think, when did I start taking a look at their stuff? Over a year ago. Do I think they've proven themselves? Absolutely. They've also proven that they will listen to customer feedback. Do you guys remember the Rhino? Yeah, they tackled that almost immediately. They're a company I've been paying attention to, and if you have not been paying attention to them, you definitely need to be. This is no joke. Like, being able to do this, I've only, saying that I've seen it from Reich is again, I'm not saying that it's like a copy thing, because a sheathed system is not, it's not unique to Reich or Quechua. But as far as companies that are able to do things like that, yeah, pretty limited, right? So doing it right and doing it like this, doing it stylish, pretty darn impressive. Yeah, I think this is pretty awesome. This is just an unboxing and first impressions. Obviously, I'm going to carry this. I think they're actually sending me another one, so I might do a giveaway on this as well. But first impressions on this, very, very good, very positive. It will be linked in the description. 3 different versions of this available. Really happy with the surprise spring-loading latch. I think that's a really smart move, and I think people are going to like it. I also really love the fact that it's not just a ledge. I think this is important. You can see it's like curved. And that means the way that it's engaging is really holding on to it, right? I'm not kidding. The amount of deliberate force and movements, there's a little hair under my fingernail. The number of deliberate forces and movements required to do that. Yeah. That is exceptionally cool. I cannot believe how subtle that seam is. It's right on the line. God, that's wild. Absolutely cool. Got my finger in the way there, but really satisfying for a flipper and very comfortable too. Okay, measurement real quick. I know I've been yakking on here. Nice to see Remette do something a little risky, right? Full size knife. So 8 inches, and your blade length is coming in at about 3.5. Your cutting edge is also 3.5. Just given that we measure the blade, I measure the blade length from roughly the middle of the frame. Somebody tried to tell me I'm wrong for doing that. Whatever. Wherever you like to measure it is fine. For the sake of simplicity and the absolute fact that no matter where I measure it, someone's going to tell me I'm wrong. Basically, this is just making an executive decision here. We measure from tip to the center of the frame, straight line, and then we measure the total length of cutting edge like this. And if you don't like it, well, that's fine. High five to your face. Maybe I put a little half avocado there. Just high five your face repeatedly. You don't like that? You don't like where I measure it? All right. Have a nice day. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe. How do I do this? Go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Sometimes I forget my outro. Gosh. So I'm sorry. I was thinking about avocados. That image is stuck in my brain now. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and have a great day.